All right, Shalom. We the brothers from the GMS New Orleans coming back at you with another quick lesson. Prior to getting started, as we always do, we like to give infinite honors and prayers to Yahweh,
Well,
Bahashim,
yo, shout.
Yahweh Sinai, Bahashim, Kagadash, Salaki. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, and salutation to the items that's pushing the truth and sincerity. Lord willing, this video will be edifying first and foremost to the whole elect, then to those that cleave to the body. And we're going to get in a lesson today pretty much centered around waxing old and this work or this truth. All right. Concerning this walk which the Lord have put before us, many men pray for many things, okay, such as, blessings to keep them in it. All right. But you have to pray for the longevity, all right, to even enter into the good graces of the Heavenly Father, man. All right. You can have many talents. All right. You can have many, what you would say, you can have many things that come to you in this truth, man, but you must continue therein. All right. Because this is the survival of the fittest. All right. It says this race is not given to the swift. Matter of fact, pull that Amawad or the strong before we get that first one. All right. But he that endured to the end. Okay. Endurance was given unto 144,000 men. All right. That it may provide them with fortitude of continuance. You see, you got it. You got it, Amawad.
It's in Corinthians, huh?
I believe so. 1 and 9, but 9 maybe.
Kind of in Corinthians. I got it.
You got it?
Time.
Yeah.
Bring it out, brother. Started off with that one.
I think this is it. 2 Corinthians 9 and 24. Know ye not that they which run in a race run all, but one receiveth the prize?
Right, because this race of ours, all right, is given to every man that he may walk out his salvation in fear and trembling. All right, but also that there's a prize at the end of the race for every one individual man that can finish, though. Go ahead, brother.
So run that ye may obtain. Verse 25. And every man that striveth for the mastery is temperate in all things.
Just get to the one to the
I got it. It's Ecclesiastes.
Oh, Ecclesiastes.
Okay, come on. Yeah, it is. It is.
Ecclesiastes 9 and 11. It says, I returned and saw under the sun that the race is not to the swift, nor the battle to the strong, neither yet bread to the wise, nor riches to men of understanding, nor yet favor to men of skill, but time and chance happen to them all.
That's not it either.
How's it go?
The race given it to the swift.
Yeah, I read that.
Yeah. Oh, you read that. Go ahead. Read that. Read it again. Salaki.
Ecclesiastes 9 and 11. It says, I returned and saw under the sun that the race is not to the swift.
Yeah, the race is not to the swift. All right, because even though you're in a race, all right, and you can, like, you may have more strength than another man as you're going. All right, it's about what? Finishing. Okay, just as the brother Raya was reading in 1 Corinthians 9, this is a race. Okay, so as we continue the race, all right, you want to stay running. That's the goal, to keep running. Now you got to have a great deal of stamina to keep going, which those are the prayers that we need. All right, those are the walk. That's basically walking in the law. All right, this is the things that give you the stamina to keep going. Okay, dwelling in the house of righteousness, being brotherly. Okay, the things that the Lord put before us. This help us continue in the race. So as we wax old in the race, we're doing the things that please the Lord. Go ahead, brother.
You mind if I say something on that 2 Corinthians or 1 Corinthians 9?
You got it. You got it.
You know, just backing up what you were saying, you know, just as you run and grow in this thing, you become, you know, more disciplined and more focused. But this is 1 Corinthians 9 and 25. And every man that striveth for the mastery, which is ultimately what we're striving for, the mastery and following the ways of Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai, is temperate in all things. And the definition for that word temperate is showing moderation or self-restraint.
Go ahead.
Hey, every man that strives for the master is temperate in all things. And, as we grow in this truth and, wax old or mature in this truth, we become, more disciplined, more restrained, and found the ways of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai. Things that may have caught our attention in the world in the past. Hey, we're able to, restrain ourselves from those things and be more mature in handling them and put the work of the Father first instead of, the work of our own lusts, our own desires.
Yeah, because this is a contract. And brothers got to remember, when you sign a contract, you got to hold up your end of the bargain. All right. And then there's consequences if you break it. All right. But what? There's a payoff in the contract. All right. That has all kind of, when we reach certain quotas and different things like that, you can liken that unto what? The Lord leveling you up in the truth, man. All right. As you waxing in, you see, the more and more you basically fulfill the fulfillments of the contract, the more and more the Lord gonna level you up. Give me that Sirach 11 and 20, brother.
God, this Sirach 11 verse 20. Be steadfast in thy covenant, and be conversant therein, and wax conversing, and be conversant therein, and wax old in thy work.
Yeah, let you. It says, be steadfast in thy covenant. All right. So as we may enter into a covenant with Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, all right, we basically told the Lord that we're going to continue to make our bodies a living sacrifice, no matter if we go through afflictions, no matter if we go through trials, basically no matter what we encounter and endure. All right, we're going to be steadfast in the covenant. Okay, then what? Go ahead, brother.
Yeah,
you got it on.
I'm taking off mute. An important thing about a contract is you can't pick and choose, all right, what you gonna follow and what you ain't gonna follow after you've signed that contract. All right, that's what the negotiation process is about. All right, we already signed the contract in blood, so therefore we must follow everything that's in it. You see, we agreed already. You got it, you got it.
No, just to add to you, that's a good point, because it says to be conversant therein is to be familiar with the knowledge about something. So the language in the contracts is the language that's in the contract, which we're being steadfast in. All right, is the law, statutes, and commandments, man. All right, the being brotherly, all the things that the Lord require us to do when we enter into the covenant, man. You see that? That was a good point. All right. And it also says, and wax old in thy work. Now, when you look at our ancient ancestors of old, all right, and our forefathers, they all grew old in their work. Okay, from the Moses to the Abraham, Jeremiah as a child. All right, they all what? Grew old in their works from when the time the Lord called them into then Tobits of the world. Okay, because the thing, like the brother said about the contract, either you're gonna fulfill the whole contract or the whole contract gonna get ripped up. Go ahead, why you want to make a point?
Just scripture to back up what Kalai just said. This St. Luke chapter 14. Did the brother read the Sirach? You read it already?
Yeah, we read it. Yeah.
This St. Luke chapter 14, verse 27. It says, and it's Yahweh Shai speaking. It says, and whosoever doth not bear his cross and come after me cannot be my disciple. That's the point right here. For which of you, intending to build a tower, sitteth not down first and counteth the cost, whether he have sufficient to finish it? So you gotta pace yourself, and you gotta count the cost before you sign the contract. Don't just jump into truth willy-nilly because you see a video and okay, these look like the men of the Lord, I want to do what they're doing. You got to consider it. Am I fit to put my life on the line? Do I care about this truth more than I care about my boss? Do I care about the truth more than I care about my family? Because you have Jakes that'll come out to the camp, they'll start coming to camp and then realize, whoa, wait a minute, my boss could see me. Oh, wait a minute, my wife isn't really into this whole Israelite thing. And they just fall away. And you bugged out. Now you done put your hand to the plow, you looking back, you be destroyed. You got it up.
Yeah. Like the brother said, man, you know, you got to count the cost of this thing, bro. You know, a lot of men, like you say, they get it for the gimmicks, you know, the noun, they looking for reputation. All right. Yahushua came with no reputation, would let you know he was in it for the long haul, man. All right. People with reputations, it's like a glory, it's a glitz, it's a glamour. It's like spotlights, cameras, action. Okay. But when the action and the glitz and glamours went off, Yahushua still was there showing those men how to what? Continue and helping thy brethren. All right. Continuing to convert each other. How to what? Remain. All right. That, hey, when you come in here, you're planted as a seed and you're being watered. You want to be that seed of that fruit that remain. All right. Not the fruit that was just put in the ground and plucked up. All right. For, you know, the parable of the seed. All right. You gotta be that seed that want to get watered, sprout up, become a beautiful tree. All right. And grow fruit thereof, man. Like, hey, just like the order of the apostles and elders, which you're seeing in motion right now. All right. That is growing old in your work and waxing old in your work, man. Because technically you don't really wax old, because wisdom like levels up with age. All right. It basically, you go from your youth. All right. And then what? You get stronger and stronger in your youth. Because the more wisdom you get, the more youthful you get. But Jake take it as, oh, it's muscles. And like, nah, the spiritual youth gain is what? Wisdom steady what? Leveling up, man. Give me Sirach 6 and 18. Brother. Go ahead.
Oh. This is Sirach 6 and 18. My son, gather instruction from thy youth up, so shalt thou find wisdom till thine old age.
Right. When you go in Proverbs, all right, I believe it's 4 in the top 1 or whatever. You could get that on wide about you there. Go ahead. That's it. Right there. That's on time. That's the spirit. Go ahead.
Yeah, this Proverbs chapter 4 and verse 1. It reads, hear ye children the instruction of a father, and attend to know understanding. Let me see. That's the one you wanted, or you?
It's somewhere right at the top at 4. I ain't really know, but I know it's somewhere at 4. It's something about instructions. I know you bind the instructions on your fingers or whatever is binding up the instructions, meaning that's how you basically building this truth. It may be right there. It may be in 6. It's somewhere.
Look for it.
But read that one again, brother.
Khan. Khan. You talking about Riot?
No, the one you just read.
Khan.
Stay with that one. Right? Yeah.
Proverbs 4 and 1. It says, "Hear ye children the instruction of a father, and attend to know understanding."
Right. And the way that we intend to know understanding, our father, first and foremost, we have an earthly father, all right, but we have spiritual parents, which is, the elders and apostles, and we also have fathers in heaven. It says our Father in heaven, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. All right. So when we gather instructions from them, that's the way we find wisdom till thine old age. All right. Because some of us was old when we received the truth. So what do we mean by finding wisdom till thine old age? So from the point in time you find this thing, all right, you start to level up and you age, man. All right. Like wine, all right, or fruits. Okay, the older they are, the more potent they get. Okay, but they're at a starting point. Go ahead, Raya, continue. And 19.
Verse 19. Come unto her as one that ploweth and soweth, and wait for her good fruits.
Right, working in her. Right. As men, we all should understand to this point what plowing and sowing is, man. All right. But you got to come unto her as one that plowed and sowed, because as you wax old in your work, all right, we didn't saw our grandpa's work when we was little, all right, but they have been working since young men, all right, just continuing therein. And if you could work for something that's not beneficial, right now we all have jobs that's not going to benefit us in the end, No matter how much time, hours, and days we put in, there's no reward for it. All right, because why? All things will be ended or terminated here in this current world. Okay, but we have something that we can plow for that will last forever. Okay, it says, and wait for her good fruits, because there's a reward for those that continue. Okay, go ahead, brother.
For thou shalt not toil much in laboring about her, but thou shalt eat of her fruits right soon.
Right, because it says, hate not laborers' works in this thing, man. All right, because the labor work make the work feel long. See, when it's joyous, and you know the brother, like, man, the spirit was moving, time is passing by. All right, but as time passed by, as the days are being shortened, so we're getting up out of here, man. The more we get together and do videos and lessons with each other, all right, we're making the work basically easier than what it seems. Go ahead.
I'm going to go to verse 20.
No, the brother want to make a point. Oh, I should lock you. We're making this work seem easy as it is, because the longer we walk in this truth, it's like, all right, we're getting closer and we're getting closer, but are we there yet? You know, a lot of Jakes is running out of gas. They're like, man, I'm tired of doing this, man. All right, it's a wearisome labor. You see? Go ahead, brother.
Yeah, you see that at the workplace, you know. You most Jakes that I know, all right, especially in the truth, hey, we trying to get in and get out, man. Okay. And you'll have, you know, Jakes that's in the world will be like, damn, why are you rushing? Why are you rushing? But they're not understanding that the faster we get this particular task done, the faster we can go home, man, and get out of the way. All right. And then you find Jake complaining about being at work all day. Let's just do the work so we can get out of here.
Mm-hmm.
That's a beautiful point you have made, huh?
Yeah, this is different. We don't rush this. We don't get on here and be in the spirit of, man, let's just do this so we can go. You see? Go ahead, Amawad. You got it, brother.
Yeah, you had made a point about you know, how certain brothers, the longer you in the truth, the more easy you make it look. And this is a quote from Bruce Lee. Brothers know this quote. Which is an Israelite, by the way. It says, "Do not pray for an easy life. Pray for the strength to endure a difficult one." And you know, the longer you in the truth, you know, the apostles make it look easy. Older brothers make it look easy, and so young brothers coming in the truth, it's like, okay, this is what I'm supposed to be doing. But there's certain things you learn, you know, brothers that's been in it 5, 6, 7 years. It's things we still learning every day. It's things that, you know, used to be seem like they would be insurmountable, impossible to do. Brothers are doing them now. So it's all about pacing yourself and gaining the wisdom and the strength to be able to do difficult things. It's not about, you know, just having an actual easy life, but the wisdom makes it look easy. Like the brother said, brothers going to this book, that book, this precept, brothers going to the Hebrew, but it's real simple. You have faith in the men that teach you, and you practice, and you just eventually make it look easy, even though it's not. You know, you got it.
Hey, you know what the Lord stretch? Well, I'm not saying as if I know the mind of the Lord or the heart of the Lord, but I believe the Lord stretched the walk out just to see, or like you say, he's refining his men, but just to see if they would continue with me and believe this, man. Because, hey, most people like, man, ain't none of that coming to pass like that, man. I don't see that. Hey, a lot of people want microwave blessings. All right, now, if the Lord put a blessing way in 2030 and it's 24 right now, you like, how do I get to that? Well, wisdom have the bridge to like, well, look, even though it's 2030, it's nothing to the Lord to make a day be a minute, make a minute be a second. You see, so we went from just 2020 in a world crisis to right now to a whole nother basically chapter in the Lord's will of something being fulfilled, man. Just look at the world right now. Go ahead, Amawad.
Yeah, that's why in Sirach 6 it says, if thou get a friend, prove him first. The 144,000 are friends of Yahushua. He said that. I call you no more servants but friends. So if you have to prove your friends, of course Yahushua has to prove his friends. That's why we had to go down, go through the curses, go through different captivities. The Lord has proven his men in different incarnations. So how much more this final captivity? We're being proven. You got it.
Hey, the longer you stretch something out, you're gonna find out everything about it. So, like, with a relationship with a woman, with a relation, like whatever we have, the longer it go, the adversity you're gonna go, the trials is gonna determine what it is. It says the fire. It says the fire determine what sort it is. You know what I'm talking about, Amawad?
Okay. The fire.
So the more you walk in this truth, all right, the more, okay, it begins to basically show and tell who you are.
Okay.
And what the Lord like, no, every man gonna walk this thing out. Like, because when I learned the truth, I was ready for the Lord to bring the end. As all other men, like, man, let's get out of here. Yeah. But we bugged out, because if the Lord would have ended the ministry, right? Because I just like, man, I don't want to keep working and have to, be in slavery. And I understand all this now, right? I'm like, let it end now. Then y'all brothers wouldn't have came in. Or like, it's like the Lord, like, nah, if you knew the longevity of your walk, man, you would have never made that, because there's a man that's slipping from his tongue, but not from his heart. And the Lord, like, just fall back. You got work to do, Go ahead with that.
Real Kalai, you want to say something real quick?
Yeah, I was gonna say, it's funny you say that, because going back to the premise of this lesson, all right, which the title is what? Waxing old in thy works. Hey, look at the apostles. Okay, when they learned the truth, hey, they was ready for it to be over. And look how many men came behind them. You see, so just bringing that back to what you had said, all right?
Yeah. Hey, they got some brothers. I was looking at a video of the apostle elder to her. He had looked at like he had all black. His beard was black. Like, which is gray hairs is wisdom unto a man, which he's aging gracefully. Again, our people think age represents wisdom, like age. They 90, they 70, they 60. They have wisdom. All right. But that's not the case. Give me Job 32:8, Bayan.
God, I got one for you too.
And give me Quashab, give me whole Sirach 25:3. And we're gonna read down to 6. But give me that Job 32:8 first.
This is Job 32:8. It says, "But there is a spirit in man, and the inspiration of the Almighty giveth them understanding."
Go to 9.
"Great men are not always wise, neither do the aged understand judgment." So
just because you have, because our grandpas and uncles are like trying to lord over us, and you have men that come up to the camp. How old are you guys? Like, I've been doing, I've been walking up. They wouldn't even say they've been conversing and waxing old in the Bible, all right, with wisdom and understanding. They'll just be like, I've been here before you've been born. Okay, well, what have you been doing? I've been working 30 years in the oil rig. I've been right. That's not conducive to really actually waxing old in the glory of the Lord, man. You just been living and just punching the clock and going through the motions. Okay, hey, we're aging gracefully, as you men on here am I, because we're every day we're getting wiser and stronger with age, with wisdom, man. All you brothers, myself, Lord willing, he continue to help us basically walk that path, man, and keep ourselves. Because really, if we're mimicking the steps or wearing the doorsteps of the apostles and elders and our elder brothers, all right, we should want to get gray hairs in our beard. And it's an inside joke, for brothers here, hey, Jay growing, Jay get gray hairs in his beard. But that's neither here nor there, brothers. That's neither here nor there, all right? But that wasn't even conducive to wisdom. It was conducive to, I want you to look old. All right. But anyways, give me Sirach 25:3, brother. Now I'm gonna grab you brother's precept after this brother get these couple precepts right here. All right.
God, this is Sirach chapter 25, verse 3. It says, "If thou hast gathered nothing in thy youth, how canst thou find anything in thine age?"
Right. So your youth don't, again, youth don't mean you 5, 7, 8. All right. Our youth as of now, when you start to learn this truth, it's the beginning of your youth. Okay. Now Moses, when Moses died, his strength wasn't abated. All right. Because as the Lord dealt with him, all right, gave him signs of the time, parts of the time. We don't even have all of Moses' writings. Okay. The Lord like give him some, you know, so, but Moses waxed old, but was in his youth. It's like when he died, his natural strength wasn't even abated. All right. So again, we begin our youth and we begin this truth, and then we begin to build thereupon. All right. It says, if you ain't find nothing in your youth, how canst thou find in thine age? All right. So as you age, you're not going to have anything. All right. If you haven't found this youth, okay, this oil. All right. You have to have a certain wisdom that you run into to be able to develop, man, and become to actually become that which you are. All right. Go ahead, brother.
Verse 4, it says, "Oh, how comely a thing is judgment for gray hairs, and for ancient men to know counsel."
Right. So to know counsel, all right, it says how comely or beautiful a thing of judgment for gray hairs. All right. Last I checked, gray hairs don't make judgments. Or just because you have gray hair, that don't mean you make judgments, man. All right. The ancient men to know counsel, you know, because why? They have to pass that counsel along unto men who are they're coming in there, they're walking in their stead. All right. If the Lord gave the spirit unto men, those men got to forward the spirit. They can't, the spirit have to have free course, man. All right. And that counsel of righteousness, judgment, dealing with our brother and walking in the ways of the Lord, that have to be passed along, man. Okay. And that's why our ancient men of old did that to us. That's why they have accounts today that we may read it. All right. And understand how to counsel and what to do. Go ahead, brother.
Verse 5, it says, how comely is the wisdom of old men, and understanding and counsel to men of honor.
How comely is the wisdom of old men. All right. Not the age of an old man. How old is he? Okay. And it's not even any wisdom. It's the wisdom according to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. All right. How to walk in righteousness and truth. How to judge good and evil. You see that? It says, and understanding and counsel to men of honor. All right. Men have been promoted to honor that have the Lord word. And who are the authority figure or the men on the planet Earth that have the Lord word? His prophets. Okay. Go ahead, brother.
Verse 6, it says, much experience is the crown of old men, and the fear of the Most High is their glory.
Woo! Read that again, brother.
Much experience is the crown of old men, and the fear of the Most High is their glory.
So with that, the fear of the Lord is their glory, man, which is the beginning of wisdom. All right. So the more experience, the more and how you get experience by what? Basically striving in that which you in, which is the topic of the lesson. Being conversing in basically waxing old in the work. All right. It speak about that in Sirach about what experience do for you. But experience come by way of waxing old. I'm a get the word experience and the online etymology, Baba Gashar. And then which one of you brothers had a precept?
I had that Corinthians for you too. That
wait, hold on. What order y'all had them? Salaki.
Bayan had one before me.
Okay, you got the Corinthians and the word experience, right? All right, come, Bayan, bring yours out.
I got one, and I still got that Timothy for you too, if you want that.
Come, we're gonna get to it. Lord willing.
Real quick, this is James 1:12. It says, blessed is the man that endureth temptation, for when he is tried, he shall receive the crown of life which the Lord hath promised to them that love him. But obviously we know what that temptation could go into, but just making the point that he said that temptation could also go into the experience, you know, because you have to experience temptation on this path that we're on right now. All right, but ultimately, like I said, just going through these things and so on and so forth, constantly enduring and through these things, like I said, it's something that's waiting at the end of that journey.
Yeah. Hey, waxing old and experience is synonymous with each other, because as you wax old, you're going to experience things. It's impossible for us to just walk in this thing and just be unfazed. We don't realize nothing. We don't understand where, you know, our developments, what we need to work on, our trials and errors. It's impossible to do that. All right. But once we start to understand and deal in that matter, we gain experience. Bring it out, Amawai.
God, that's the word experience. It says late 14th century, observation as the source of knowledge, actual observation, an event which has affected one. And it says actual
seeing things, right? But in order to see things, right, we must, before you encounter something, more than likely you're going to see it, right? The Lord put it before you, all right? As your eyes really, as our eyes are blessed, we can actually see things as we walking in the truth, all right? But read it again, brother.
God. It says observation as the source of knowledge, actual observation.
Yeah, seeing things actually helps us know and understand things. Knowledge, hey, again, knowledge or wisdom is the knowledge applied. So as we begin to see things in its truth, we begin to gain wisdom, man. More and more. Go ahead, Amawai. You want to speak on it, bro?
I like how it says observation as the source of knowledge, and then it says actual observation, meaning firsthand experience. Because right now, social media is full of people. Everybody's an expert in everything they haven't done themselves. You know, everybody's a relationship guru, but they not in a relationship. You got females commentating on football. This whole society is about people claiming to be experts in things that they've never done. But experience is what? Observation as the source of knowledge, meaning I'm giving you my knowledge based on what I've actually done. We have experience in the ministry. When we go into the epistles of Paul, when it talks about the order of the churches, how to be brotherly, this, that, and the third, these are things we've experienced firsthand because we're in the ministry. But you got Jake on the comment board, Jake have an opinion about the Israelites. Jake never been in a camp. Jake never been around men before. It is madness, man. There's actual observation. You had a point, Kabor?
Yeah, a lot of people see this thing and judge it. Like you're not, and that's how you know they're not using wisdom and knowledge, because the judgments they bring forth unto us, we like, what? Why? Like, you know, because they don't have any experience in actually walking in wisdom. Wisdom is basically unpleasant unto them. So it make them give what? It make them give a what? An unjust judgment, right? If they're doing things not in balance, they don't because why? They don't have they don't see. Because even like you said, bro, seeing is wisdom. Our eyes are blessed. The Lord, like we're gonna bless your eyes. We can see something and then determine the judgment thereof. Like, bro, that nigga wicked. It's called discernment. All right. So we're walking with discernment. That's helping our walk. That's helping us wax old in our walk. But Jake think waxing old is your skin getting wrinkled. All right, now, brother, just leveling up with wisdom. All right, go ahead. You want to say something else, Amawai?
Oh, Kabor, something.
I want to say too, yeah, that's related with experience doing to us. Like when we experience something, it hit different. When we talk about it, you get a whole understanding about it. Cause it's different when you read something and it makes sense. And it's just, all you do is you obtain knowledge of it. You just know something. When you experience it, it hits different. You know, it hits different.
We all got personal testimonies. So like, I go ahead, finish. You finished?
Y'all finished? Yeah.
Hey, we all got personal testimonies. Amawai, for example, we saw Kabor when he first came out here, what, 4-5 years ago? And now we just saw him wax to the point where he at, and we have saw what change. We have so we just saw the brother wax. Oh, he came out here as a young man, what, 18, years old, whatever. The brother, a few years later, right now, and what we have saw the brother wax. He's waxing old in the work though, right? Because we have known the brother to wax in the truth, wax old in truth, man. That's the way you gotta wax. You see?
Mind if I bring mine out?
Wait, I think you had a precept, Amawai, and you had the word experience, right?
Come on.
Go ahead.
Yeah, it says observation as the source of knowledge, actual observation, an event which has affected one. Then it goes into experiment, proof. So you're proving. When you prove somebody, they have experience.
Yes, proven. Waxing old in your work is the Lord proving you. It don't mean you just getting old and your back hurt, man. All right, it is, you know. But Jake, you gotta say these things because Jake, like, what do you mean wax old? You know, the Lord just want us to get old. All right, Lord usually deal with men in their youth, younger men, right? Youthful men, because older men already have their cup filled. All right, they don't understand their youth. All right, it's when wisdom start to try you and work with you. All right, that's when youth begin. Go ahead.
Yeah, older men are set in their ways. You know, we're the bride of Yahushua. Normally, you know, a man wants a younger woman that he can kind of guide and raise up. You don't want a 50-year-old broad that's set in their ways. So, you know, if you're an older man in this truth, you got to really thank the Lord. Like, the Lord woke me up at 50. Man, that's a miracle.
Yes. Go ahead, Ryan. You got it, brother.
Hey, this just backs up, you know, gaining experience. This is Sirach 34. I'm going to read verses 9 to 10. A man that hath traveled knoweth many things, and he that hath much experience will declare wisdom.
You got it.
Hey, and that traveling isn't talking about going from being a passport bro or anything. That traveling is talking about, you know, traveling within your walk, as the brother Kabar was going into. The more, you know, experiences you go through, you know, the more experiences and wisdom you gain. And when you look at one precept you may have been looking at for a couple of years and think, oh, I get what it's saying. Once you actually travel through that experience that precept is talking about, you've gained a whole new wisdom and understanding of it to, you know, relate it to other brothers and more benefit yourself in your walk, to make you more seasoned, to make you more knowledgeable and, you know, grow in old age spiritually. But
hey, okay. God, go ahead. I thought you was finished. Go ahead.
I was just going to read verse 10, but you got it.
Go ahead. We can read verse 10.
And hey, this backs up the other point you brothers were making about you got these guys out here, these Johnny come latelys, these armchair prophets that have all the insights on everything, but they never even put their hand on the plow. This is Sirach 34 and 10. He that hath no experience knoweth little, but he that had traveled is full of prudence.
Hey, just like I have never seen a man, well, we would not even attempt to do this, or if we do, we would understand that we're out of our mind. I have never seen a man get in his car to travel and didn't have a destination, man. What are you doing? All right, you gotta so as we're growing old, brother, there's a destination. There's a prudence in that. There's a wisdom. There's an insight. There's something guiding us or walking with us, man, to get to our destination, brother. Hey, Solomon, let's time travel with Solomon. Give me Kalaya. Give me Sirach 47. All right, and start at like verse. I really won't damn you down me get everything, but anyways, start about Shalaki. We're gonna start at verse 12. All right, we are time traveling now. Watch how the reputation of Solomon traveled. Now, we all know Solomon works. Everybody have heard of Solomon. Everybody know who Solomon is in the scriptures. All right? Watch how old his works is. Now, we time traveling to the time of Solomon. All right? Which, you know, obviously everybody should know that Solomon was the son of David. Okay? Anything else, you know, you can go read up on Solomon and find out who he is. But we're about to do a spiritual travel in which Solomon experience and knowledge travel to other people and other countries, man. Go ahead, brother.
If I could quickly say, his experience is traveling to us right now, thousands of years later.
Yeah, it's gonna say that in 14. I believe it's gonna say his youth. He was born in thy youth as a flood and filled with understanding. So that flood of understanding is still reaching us today. Bro, Yahweh Shah was wisdom. That wisdom of that flow of that river is still reaching us today, man. And Yahweh Shah was Solomon. If you can receive that through the spirit. If you can't, oh well. We moving on. Go ahead, brother.
This the book of Sirach, chapter 47, and
start at 12.
Verse 12. And it reads, after him rose up a wise son, and for his sake he dwelt at large.
They were talking about David. So after David raised up a wise son, and for his sake he dwelt at large. Go ahead, brother.
Verse 13, Solomon reigned in a peaceable time, and was honored, for Yahweh made all quiet round about him, and that he might build an house in his name and prepare his sanctuary forever.
Come on.
How wise wast thou in thy youth, and as a flood filled with understanding.
Now watch what this next one about to say. Baba Kasha. Go ahead.
15, and it reads, thy soul covered the whole earth, and thou fillest it with dark parables.
Now think about that for a minute, right? His whole soul covered the whole earth. Now, do that mean the man's spirit was outside of his body and it was on a north, east, south, west compass and it was full of the face of the earth? It doesn't mean that. All right. So it says his soul covered the whole earth. All right. And thou fillest it with dark parables. So even to this time, men don't even understand some of the parables of Solomon, of Yahweh Shai. All right. Their minds have been alienated and darkened. All right, because why? But there are men that do understand those dark parables, exquisite parables. Okay, it says you might could go down.
Yeah, they got a little bit more.
Come on, go ahead.
It reads, verse 16. It says, thy name went far unto the islands.
Yeah, hold on. Let me deal with that. What it means by Solomon's name went far into the islands. It didn't just mean his name went, to these far places. Your name is Shem, all right, which means reputation. But what was Solomon reputed for? His wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. How he was waxing and conversing in the work of the Lord. How he grew old in the Lord. All right, go ahead, brother.
Come. Latter end of verse 16, it says, and for thy peace thou wast beloved.
Yep, go ahead.
Verse 17, the countries marveled at thee for thy songs and proverbs and parables and interpretations. That
which the Lord gave him, all right, to please him. Solomon prayed for something so heavy that every one of us must pray for. Think about that. If the Lord, if you're not praying for what Solomon prayed for, then you're not following Yahweh Shai. You're not following me. Because if we be heirs of Yahweh Shai, then we must what? Walk in his ways. We must pray what he prayed. All right. We must what? Do what he did. Right? Being a martyr for righteousness' sake or whatever it takes. Because how we gonna end up waxing old in our work, we gonna get tried. When we get tried, all right, that's the end of our works. The Lord all right, bring them up. All right, it don't say nothing about us getting tried when we're in the kingdom of heaven. Which scripture is that? All right, with the Lord, I'm gonna still be trying to figure them out. Nah, we gonna be completed. We're gonna be at the end, mark the perfect man or the completed man, for the end of that man is peace. Go ahead, Amawad.
Yeah, when we're under the new covenant, when it's fulfilled, you're not gonna have to get up and go to work in the morning under the new covenant. All right.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
Oh, the Lord ain't gonna have to bring Satan before you to see if you're gonna choose good or evil. Right? We're gonna be gods, baby. We're gonna be gods, baby. Go ahead, you got it.
Yeah, in other words, we gonna be already battle tested. We already tested.
Yes, brother. Yes. We'll already be battle tested. Because why? We're going to be wax old in our work, man. Waxing old in your work is completing your work, brother. That's it. That's it. Finishing. Yahweh Shah is the author and finisher of our fate. Meaning what? We battled them enough, right? Give them their rightful spots. Put them in their order. That's it, brother. We're waxing old so we could get in our order, to go back to our order of things, right? That order arrangement, that real order arrangement. Go ahead, Art.
You want to keep going in that Sirach?
That's it. That was it.
I got for you.
Yeah, me too. I got one.
Bring y'all precepts out.
God. This the book of Proverbs, chapter 4, and I'm gonna start at verse 7, and it reads, "Wisdom is the principal thing, therefore get wisdom, and with all thy getting, get understanding. Exalt her, and she shall promote thee. She shall bring thee to honor when thou dost embrace her. She shall give to thine head an ornament of grace, a crown of glory shall she deliver to thee."
So wisdom, let me say something, brother.
You got it. You got it.
That's beautiful. So wisdom it went through, it said all the stages right there. Make it a first. That's the principal thing. Then it says, "Gonna give thy head a crown of honor." And read it. Put it in this order, brother. I'm about to put it in context. Go ahead,
I'm gonna slow it down, Salakia.
No, you good. I'm just putting it in this context. Go ahead.
Proverbs 4 and 7. Wisdom is the principal thing. Therefore, get wisdom, and with all thy getting, get understanding.
Right. So the first thing when you start to get wisdom, you're going to have to understand wisdom. It's going to have unpleasant ways. It deal with them. All right. It make them friends. It's pure of the Lord. It's not going to always give you your way or the way how you want it. All right. It's levels to it. All right. But if you first make it like you put it as the first thing in your life, it's going to be getting what? Now read the next one.
Verse 8. It says, "Exalt her.
Yep.
She shall promote thee."
It's going to promote you next. All right. As you begin to put her first and exalt her and lift her up, she going to promote you next. These are all stages of waxing old. All right. Go ahead, brother.
Middle of verse 8, it says, "She shall bring thee to honor when thou dost embrace her."
Right. Which is the last stage or the glory or of the men. All right, that's the last stage, the honorable stage, the nobility. Right, we don't get our nobility, all right, until we finish working. All right, you're noble once you finish working. Right, yeah, ain't no. Hey, at the end of this work, waxing old in this, ain't no Nobel Peace Prize. All right, no, it's immortality, dominion. All right, we about to really get what judgment is unto a man that walk in the ways of the Lord and please the Lord and continue therein. Okay, go ahead, Kalai, you make your point, brother. Salaki.
Nah, hey, there's no need for me to add, brother. That was beautifully put. Beautiful.
Come.
You got it.
Bring out yours, Kabal.
It's Hebrews 10 verse 36. "For ye have need of patience, that after ye have done the will of the Most High, ye might receive the promise." I want to bring this precept about because that only for us to remain in this truth or to wax old in this truth, we need patience. You know what I'm saying? Because what I'm about to say, Kwashab, patience is a great motivator for us in this truth. That's the main characteristic that we need to remain, to wax old. In this truth, you know what I'm saying? Because what it means to have patience. I mean, we got to suffer, we got to bear all the things we got to go through on this side, all the hardships we got to face, come to this thing about us. Or even, like you might get plagued in the mind thinking that, just because like all the work you put in this truth, you don't see no profit of it. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, we gotta have that. That's what that patience come in. We gotta have that patience to we able to keep bearing and bearing because we see and we believe that we get that reward. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, even if you take these professional athletes, all they ever talk about when they win the championship about the work they put in. Oh, you know, night and day. They glory more in that than horsing they crying like I spend long days and nights. But it was about what? It was about waxing old to get the crown, man. It's the same with us. All right. Hey, Quashab, give me Proverbs 5 and 18. And Bayan, go ahead. Make it. You want to make a point?
You're on
mute. On mute.
Salaka. I had a precept to back up what you just said. Like you said, with the athletes and so on and so forth. They crying about this championship that they won and this and that and the third, but you know, ultimately they're thinking about their legacy. All right, the legacy that's going to be afterwards, that's going to continue after. All right, but if I could bring this out real quick, this is Sirach 41 and 12. It says, "Have regard to thy name, for that shall continue with thee above 1,000 great treasures of gold." And how do you build your name in this thing? All right, you have to put in that work. You have to have that longevity inside of this thing in order to continue. All right. In verse 13, it says, "A good life hath but few days, but a good name endureth forever." So, like I said, once you that's that Nobel Peace Prize that we're going to receive, Abratazak, that you know we continue to put these works in and have a good thing towards our name, that we will be found acceptable at the end.
Hey, that's why we gonna rest in what? In tranquility, because what we basically, if we need the rest, that means we was working, brother. Like the Lord ain't said, well, when y'all get it, y'all gonna work. That means we was resting. All right, like so that means we was what? We was working. All right, to enter into that tranquility. Go ahead, Cabal. You want to make a point, brother?
I want to make another point too. Hey, that's by us having patience. You know, that we able to have that legacy, that righteous legacy. You know what I'm saying? Because hey, that's a quote saying, "They offer us to get what you love, you got to deal with the shit that you hate." You know what I'm saying? What's the main thing we hate? We hate dealing with this society, this wicked society.
Say that again, brother. Say that again. How you said the quote, brother? Exactly how you said it, just like that. Go ahead.
Con say, yeah. The quote is, "In order to get what you love, you got to deal with the shit that you hate." You know, and what we love, man. We love righteous order, man, according to the scriptures. You know, so we want to see righteous order back in order, man. They want to get that reward, that righteous reward, man. You know, but all for us to get that, we gotta be patiently deal with the shit that we hate. What's the main thing we hate? We hate this wicked society. You know, we hate being in a lower condition, taking L's left and right. You know what I'm saying? We wait for them days to be over. But yeah, we gotta remain patient and know that this time's getting shorter and shorter. You know, and we almost to that finish line. We almost to that receiving that reward. If you
right.
If you wax, like you said, Kaya, we wax old in this truth.
Yep. Go ahead. Go Quashab. You got that?
There's Proverbs 5 and 18. That's what you want, right?
Yeah.
Proverbs 5 and 18, it says, "Let thy fountain be blessed, and rejoice with thy wife of thy youth." Let her be.
Nah, that's it. Let your wife, it says in the NLT, "Let your wife be a fountain of blessing for you. Rejoice in the wife of your youth." The wife of this youth is Sophia, is wisdom for us. All right. But let now a fountain be blessed, the continuance. All right, that the wisdom bring us. Because if wisdom start working with us today, we understand that we will not, it's no way for us to prevail towards our crown. All right. Many men have fallen away out of the ways of wisdom, sound doctrine. All right. And then you see the last state of that man is what? Multiple seven spirits on this man. Not calling on the names of the Lord anymore. So as we do continue to wax old in our youth, wax old in this ministry, all right, we want to have the wife of our youth as a blessing, as a fountain. All right, as you know, as much as we can have her, you know, let her be unto us. You know, that should be brother's prayers. Go ahead, Quashab, want to make a point, brother?
I had a precept to back up what y'all was saying.
You got it.
There's 2 Timothy It's chapter 4, verse 5. It says, now the fifth verse is right after it said, you know, in the last days, you know, women will not endure sound doctrine, all right, having itching ears, all right, but it says 2 Timothy 4 and 5, it says, but watch thou in all things, endure afflictions, do the work of an evangelist, and make full proof of thy ministry. Right. So I want to get this word in the Strongs, make full proof. It says, I'm gonna get to the point. It says to carry through to the end or accomplish things that have been accomplished. So the premise of the whole lesson, you know, that you've been going into with the experience, the wisdom, the whole goal of this thing is to carry it through to the end, man. You know, henceforth there's a crown of righteousness, you know, as it's going to further say in the scripture, that's going to be laid up for us. You know, Lord will we carry it through to the end, you know, wax old, you know, in our youth, man. But you got it, bro.
Hey, we can end it out on where we at 55. Yeah, we can end it out on this one. Get Psalm 71 to end it with what you got, brother. 71 and 17. Anybody?
You say 71 and 17?
Yeah.
Real quick, let me bring out this Corinthians. You had quoted earlier. It's right on point with the lesson.
You got it.
Real quick, this 1 Corinthians 3, I'm going to start at 11. It says, for other foundation can no man lay that is laid, which is Yahushua Mashiach. Now, if any man build upon this foundation, gold, silver, precious stones, wood, hay, stubble, every man's work shall be made manifest, for the day shall declare it, because it shall be revealed by fire, which is trial by fire, that's experience. All right. And the fire shall try every man's work of what sort it is.
Yeah, you could speak on it.
Yeah, so that experience, you know, is our fiery trial, and it's going to expose whether or not you were wood, whether or not you were precious stone, whether or not you were gold. All right, every single element, every single stone, it has a certain point, a certain temperature that it melts at. So if you put a fire to gold, it's still going to be gold. You put a fire to stubble, you could put a gold paint, a color or something over something else, but fire is going to expose that's really not gold. That's tungsten. All right, you got it up.
Nah, that's a good point. Hell of a point. Hey, start at 14, brother. Oh, that's good.
And this Psalms 71 and 14. It says, but I will hope continually and will yet praise thee more and more.
Go ahead.
My mouth shall shew forth thy righteousness and thy salvation all the day, for I know not the numbers thereof.
Right. So even when we wax old, we don't know the numbers of our days or what we need to do. And we must consider, you know, the days that we are walking with the Lord, and we able to get up and do the work of the Lord every day. Because we don't know the numbers of the days thereof. All right. So what if the Lord only had your ministry been 4 years and you don't know that? So should you maximize, you know, or grow old in it and get as much experience as you can? Because, you know, those 4 years are not shown. The covenant of the grave is not shown unto us. All right. So all we know is we got to just keep going. We're going to account for today. Right. So to basically be what? To always be able to serve the Lord at the top of our game. We can only do it today. All right. Tomorrow will take care of itself. Go ahead, brother.
In verse 16, it says, I will go in the strength of the Lord Yahweh. I will make mention.
Hey, it says I will go in the strength of Yahweh thy power. All right. And it says follow after. It said David said he followed after D hard. All right. Now think if David went hard, his entire walk for the Lord. He actually did. His whole walk, David went hard. Right. Obviously, you know, Jay gonna throw the miscues and the errors he made. But if David wouldn't have made the errors that he made, then there would be no sure mercies of David. That means all us right here will be put to death. Period. So those sure mercies was greater than just letting David, because David didn't get away with what he did. All right. But all it did was the fulfillment of the mercies in which we would have, all right, of that what? Mercy and grace, brother. That's it. That's what those the house of David, in order for to continue that house of David, to be the Lord's chosen elects that's going to occupy the thrones, it had to be those sure. That's why they are sure mercies of David. All right. They're not just mercies. They're sure. All right. Because the Lord stand on business like, because he said with Solomon, he told David with Solomon that basically the covenants and everything gonna rest upon, you know, your son Solomon, Yahushua, man, what upon his seed. In other words, okay. But go ahead, brother.
God, it says, I will go in the strength of the Lord Yahweh. I will make mention of thy righteousness, even of thine only.
Yep. Listen, you know, exalting Yahweh. Because when you exalt Yahushua, you by default exalt Yahweh. All right. And that's why a lot of people be like, well, you gotta praise God. No, you, brother, it's automatic. Like, it's the Lord wrote the Bible for Yahushua. Of course, yes, the Lord is in there and there's an acknowledgement there. But the whole Bible, if the Lord wanted us to really praise and worship him in such a way, then he would have wrote the whole Bible about himself. Well, he would have gave the inspiration to write the whole Bible about himself, though yet he wrote it about his son, which is an express image of him. All right, go ahead, brother.
God, verse 17, it says, O power, thou hast taught me from my youth, and hitherto have I declared thy wondrous works.
Right. So as we found out about the Lord from our youth, we have been declaring of the Lord wonderful works. Hey, brothers be together all the time. You got the brother Ryan. He got these special ways, you know, how he won't do his servants. And, you know, brothers like that, you know, that brother got a unique way how he gonna want chastise, you know, as all brothers do. All right. But hey, are the wonderful works of the Lord, like Habakkuk 1 and 5, brothers be talking about how they came about to learn the truth. All right, the things the Lord have done, the miraculous works. All right, turning brothers to righteousness. Okay, showing blood signs in the moon, different things like that. All right, we seeing things that was written in the scriptures actually come to pass. All right, we talk to these things, man, and as we talking, the Lord is passing time by. This man's kingdom is falling. All right, and we're growing old and waxing old in our works, man. We're completing the work. All right, go ahead, brother.
Verse 18, it says, now also when I am old and gray-headed, O power, forsake me not, until I have shewed thy strength unto this generation, and thy power to everyone that is to come.
So David was like, man, Lord, basically deal with me forever. All right, he like, don't forsake me when I'm old. All right, because he already said that I have been young and I am old, when I have never seen a righteous forsaken. So David know he's not going to forsake him, but he said, till he have showed the strength unto this generation and the power to everyone that's to come. So all the ones that wax old in their work, they're doing the same things. The whole house of David is doing as David doing. All right, we're praising the Lord, telling the people, this generation right here are the works of the great works that's going to come to pass of the Lord. All right, in the strength of the Lord, of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. You see that? We're doing that right now. And you know, Adawan Rakazah, we are the house of David. Okay, you brothers, all us, we're doing that right now, which David said right here. Okay, it says, have showed thy strength unto this generation and thy power to everyone that is to come. So that's until what? We're completed. Okay, we're the ones that was to come. All right, the generation that David was talking about, and we're the ones that's to come. We came. We're here, man. Go ahead, brother.
God, verse 19, it says, thy righteousness also, O power, is very high. Who has done great things, O power, who is like unto thee?
That's the point, was at 18. All right. But you know, that's the goal. Forsake us not, you know, forsake us. It says, forsake us not when we gray-headed and old. So as we continue to wax old in his work and be conversing there, we pray the Lord forsake us not. Let us wax old and let us get gray-headed, but let us do it according to wisdom, man. You know, that's all I got. Y'all brothers got anything? Hey, so the point was made. Our brothers, prayed the prayer to continue to wax oil in the work of the Lord, that there may come of it crowns of righteousness, immortality, and domain. All right, because once this thing is completed, we're going to look back at our works, brother. All right, the thing that we wax oil in, all right, or completed, that's the thing we're going to look back to and be gracious of. All right, the mercies the Lord showed us and where he brought us from to where he's taking us to. All right, so out of wine rock is not as Lord willing, this video was edifying, first and foremost to the hopefully elect, then to those that cleave to the body. That won't give infinite honors and prayers to Yahweh. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone. Salutation to the Akim that's pushing the truth and sincerity. And to the next time, I'm going to say Shalom.
Shalom.